one.
Larry. Fall is in the air, and the NFL season is in full swing, and we're underway here in Week 4. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. So here's the first drive now for the Jags. And here's a look at their leader, standing 6'4". There, maybe a yard up to the 24. And this O-line, it is the lifeblood of the offense.
They establish the tone. Mean, nasty, physical. They can't wait to get after people. That allows the rest of the offense to feel confident.
And they give this time to the tailback. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Call it an 8-yard gain. Much better shape now on 3rd and just a yard.
And after that type of a run, there's some talking going on down on the field, but it's not trash talking. The guy who just carried the ball, he's going back and telling his offensive line, great job, keep it up, and we'll break that one soon.
But just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. Now they'll run on the draw. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
And, partner, in a lot of short yardage situations, you'll see the linebackers step up into the gaps, what we call mugging the line of scrimmage, to make sure they take away all spaces, all creases. That one worked really well for them.
They only needed a yard, instead went backwards. And the Jaguars send out their punter. He'll kick it away after a 3-and-out on the opening drive of the game. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. So out come the Texans for their opening drive. And they will be led out by their 6'3" quarterback. To the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Okay, let's just make this one simple. We know that the running game is not their thing, but they can't just throw it on every single down without expecting some real heat from the pass rush.
Here we go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. They get 9 yards back on the run there, and they're left with a much more makeable 3rd and 2.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball, because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
Third down now following the run. Now they'll run on the draw. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. So nothing there, but maybe you blame that on the blocking.
Yeah, at some point you've got to win at the point of attack. And on that play, that was all the defense. They made it happen.
The Texans send the punter out as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Yeah, let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. And this defensive line will be looking to control the point of attack.
And that's what they've done throughout this season. This is a terrific unit. They play together very, very well, and they don't permit big plays to happen.
Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down. Well, they've gone backwards so far in this series. 3rd and 13. Now back to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. 4 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 4th down.
Well, the good thing about covering any game I do with you is I know that there's no problem with rhythm. Now, what we're watching offensively, a little bit of a problem there.
Yeah, punt on the first drive, looking at another one here. Just a little slow. You know, they were talking about a fast start, but that hasn't been the case.
Yeah, and let's face it, any team we cover always talks about a fast start.
That's true.
But it's not necessarily going to happen just because they say so. And whether it's the script, whether it's, you know, just what they're going through, whether they're seeing different defenses, they're going to have to figure it out as this game moves on.
And now out comes Houston. And on the first drive, 3 and out. I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Boy, you go 3 and out on your first drive, and that's not the way you want to start this drive either. Doesn't seem like they're really into it just yet.
No, first 4 plays, you don't want to call it a disaster, but not looking very sharp. Here's Nelson looking to throw on 2nd down. Jackson's got it over the middle. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. The numbers for Jackson in last week's game, 8 catches, 80 yards.
And most teams mark down big plays as ones that gain 10 yards or more. He certainly has big playability, and we just saw it on display.
On first down, they'll run it on the draw play. And he is level. Knocked down hard, right at the line of scrimmage. And the Buffet boys, the O-line, hopefully they're ready today.
Listen, you got to feed them first. But if you do, you usually get a great product out on the field. And when they play well, the quarterback can't wait to feed them afterwards.
Nelson to throw on 2nd down. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And he's brought down. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll be stopped up quickly here at the 38. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. And the big meat on the D-line, we'll see how they do today.
And I'd hate to be an offensive lineman having to deal with these guys. They come in hungry, mean, and confident. They think that no one can block them.
Looking to throw on second down. Nelson looking middle, and it's incomplete.
You know, every time we talk with people about the most important quality for a quarterback to have in the NFL, what do they usually cite?
Arm strength.
Yeah, and that's really way down on the list. Accuracy is one of the bigger ones, maybe the foremost one. That's what he needed on that play.
Now Nelson, off play action. And he finds a man on the crossing route. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
They hit that crossing route really well. Excellent timing, puts it right on him, and he keeps running.
Yeah, turned it upfield for good yardage. Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive.
Here we go.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And finding room to work, he's down to the 2-yard line.
Here we go. 38.
And to give this time to the tailback. Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And the Jags grab it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Partner, you know how often we hear about the red zone, right? From the 20-yard line going in, that scoring zone, getting points on the board. A lot of teams call from the 10-yard line in the green zone. That's your money zone. He fumbles the ball inside the money zone. You have one job, take care of the ball. That didn't happen.
And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go.
This is their 3rd drive. Right now, maybe not about points, just about getting something. They haven't gotten a first down yet in this game.
It's a mental barrier you don't think about until you go a couple of drives without getting a first down. Then all of a sudden it looms big. It gets harder and harder to actually attain that first down.
And he will forge his way forward only up to the 2-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Not a lot of headway on that carry, but when you're dealing with a defensive line that can cover up your center, sometimes you got to think about getting out of that play. Not going to be a lot of space when that happens.
Let's go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Room here to run. And able to get it across the 10 to the 15. They were looking for a little spark and some breathing room. They got it right there, a gain of 14 and a 1st down. Relatively small sample size, but that's his longest run of the 1st quarter. Bounced it out to the outside to make it successful.
And to get there, you actually need some help. It's not just your pure speed getting to the corner, making sure that the blocking is taken care of inside so the pursuit doesn't get you. And oftentimes, those wide receivers, tight ends that might be flexed out, they've got to control the edge and make sure no one from the outside can spoil the play before he gets there.
Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, did a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. They'll set up to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they'll get him down here at the 23. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
How about the timing on that one? Boy, they were in sync, weren't they? 3-step drop, ball's out of his hands, right to the tight end. Nice completion, just like they do it in practice.
Alongside the former defensive back Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Jaguar football as we begin quarter number 2. They're up against a 3rd and 2 to start things out. And he'll give it here to his running back. And brought down, but the juke, the very nice juke, gives him the 1st down yardage there. The Jags picking up the 1st down there, a gain of 12.
That was a big conversion there on 3rd down, and I remember playing, and all the time on the sidelines, you hear a coach calling for the punt team to get ready on third down because you can't call for it on fourth down. It's too late getting on the field. So a lot of times you're lining up, and the offense can see you lining up. Occasionally it serves as motivation for them. I'm not letting these guys back out here. I want to keep the ball in offense, and that's exactly what they did.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. Stop shy of the 45. Showed off a nice little move on the play, though. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and that'll make it second down. He'll look to throw. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
Here we go now.
Back to throw now on first down. And some room to work. There he goes left side. And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD. Short throw pick 6 right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
Now the try here for the extra point. And the Texans take a 7-0 lead. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This will be fielded at the 6. And now running right through it. And he'll take this across the 25. A couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call it in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. Looking to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's able to get up here to the 26. A gain of 4 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and 10.
It's vitally important to wrap him up immediately, because if you let that big guy get a head of steam up, boy, then you've got real trouble trying to get him down.
But they're able to hold him to a short gain on first down. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
The Jaguars on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
Let's go. 3-19. 3-19.
Back to throw. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
Well, we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the number 1 receiver double covered, but how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a first down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I think we'll hear about that from him soon.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90.
They go play action here on first down. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it. But it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
They'll drop to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And he will force his way forward for a yard or two, but I have a good feeling this will be coming back. Of course, they had the option, and they choose to not take the penalty.
They like the results of the play that they just ran, and they elect to let them stand.
Nelson now throwing on first down. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. Set to throw is Nelson. Looking to throw on second down. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And a big hit at the end of that one. He's knocked down hard at the 9-yard line. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. The gain of 5 that time gives him the conversion and makes it 1st and goal.
We all love to have a home run hitter in the backfield. Guy can take it the distance. But in short yardage, trying to pick up first downs, that big guy, always a nice luxury to have, isn't he?
Going to give this time to the tailback. And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Texans will add on to their lead. And nothing special there. They show they were going to run the football. They ran it. They got it in.
Like old-time football, right? Hey, this is exactly what we're going to do. Straight ahead power, and they got it done.
And it's good to make it 14-0. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it results in a 4-yard touchdown run. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. That one good for a gain of 13 for Jacksonville and a first down. 5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. It used to be occasional, right? Safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
They'll look to throw here on first down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
On play action, they'll throw. Now he'll let it go deep left, and this will be caught at the 30. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
Usually hitting a deep post pattern, as we just saw there for a big gainer, that's tough to do because you usually have a safety or 2 in the middle of the field. But if you hit enough crossers and underneath routes and curls, start to get those guys creeping up, wanting to make plays on the football. It's the equivalent of a change-up in baseball. You show your other stuff, throw the change-up, and on that play, it worked for big yardage.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
With the struggles we're seeing up front for the offense today, they've got to think about changing up their play calling. Some screens, some draws, some quick-hitting plays in order to try and supplement the run game. You don't totally abandon it, but you try and give it a little bit of help.
Green 39! Green 39!
He'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down.
The Jaguars on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1.
Green 39! Green 39!
Now a handoff here to his running back. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. Back with more from Jacksonville. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back after this. A reminder coming up at halftime. Larry Ridley will join us from Orlando with our halftime report, but business to take care of before that. They'll look to throw here. They pass up the 3, fake it. It doesn't work. Well, I see what they were trying to do there. You pop up your holder, roll him out. You got the option to run or pass. This didn't work.
Not at all, and the communication was excellent defensively to make sure that receivers were covered as they escaped from the line of scrimmage, because that's supposed to be a surprise to everyone, and that's how they get free. People forget their assignments on defense. That didn't happen. And think about the guy rolling out with the football, looking for an open person, no one there.
Helpless feeling.
Helpless, because that gap between you and defenders now is going to close, and close quickly.
Let's go! 1, 9!
Here's Nelson on 1st and 10. And his throw here's incomplete. So the incomplete pass brings up 2nd down. Nelson going to throw again. Over the middle, complete. That's Jackson. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
That was an okay hookup there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
Looking to throw. Nelson. And this is going to be incomplete.
We always talk about receivers. If the ball hits your hand, you're supposed to haul it in, but it is hard to adjust to a pass thrown a little bit behind you.
That one was all the momentum going forward. Couldn't contort his body back to grab it. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. A good kick, 48 yards, 4 on the return. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. The Jags offense now gets set and heads back onto the field. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 16 yards that time on the pickup for the Jags and a 1st down. And he will find his man on the end route, complete. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their 1st timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the 1st half. Fresh set of downs here. He'll drop to throw, and Hill with it over the middle. Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31, defensively rallying to the ball after the nice move. And we are back here. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. So the offense takes a timeout, and now we're set to get going.
Let's go. 3, let's go.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the 1st half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the 1st half.
And now out comes Houston. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
Here we go.
Now Nelson on 1st down. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete. Nelson now throwing again on 2nd and 10. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And 2 picks thrown here in this first half alone. We'll see how that affects him.
Can't wait to see where his confidence is, because the great ones, they'll throw 4 or 5 picks, and while it'll hurt their team, it won't hurt their confidence. They'll think something was just wrong with the ball or the wind or something was funny. It's never about them. That's how they stay so into the moment and into the game.
Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. A nice move he had, but can't break away. And he's brought down just inside the 30. They'll throw now on the final play. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. It's picked up. A live ball here, remember. So we have reached halftime here. It's the visitors, the Texans, out in front, as we send you downstate to Orlando to check in with Larry Ridley and our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Thanks, Brandon, and welcome to the EA Halftime Report. Let's take a look back at the first half. The Jaguars trail at home at halftime. The Texans will want to come out after the half and really put the pressure on from the start. All right, let's take a look at some of the highlights from the first half. 2nd and 2 coming up. There's going to be a fumble here. Now after the fumble, the pass ends up being picked off. Texans take it back all the way for the score. Texans up by a touchdown. Texans have it at the 4. They'll go with their run here. And a quick 3-play drive ends with the score. Texans up now by 14. Jaguars now late in the second. Broken coverage here on the pass play. And he ends up at the 49-yard line before he stopped on the play.
Larry, these 2 teams back out there as we get set and ready for this second half. This will be taken in at the 1. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. And here comes the Texans now. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, I think you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. Set to throw is Nelson. To throw on second down. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch. Especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and of course, foot dragging.
Little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
The Texans on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2.
Let's go.
And to give this time to the tailback. And the broken tackle helps lead to a first down gain. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
I haven't met a football team yet that runs the ball successfully that doesn't talk about having an attitude to be a running football team, right? You got to be able to put your nose in there, smell where the first down sticks are, and get there.
And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. That one goes for 24 yards.
As far as tight ends go, this guy's not a speed runner. He's much more of an inline blocking type of a tight end. But how about this last play? Made a nice catch and picked up a first down.
That's what impresses me about him. When he's called upon, usually gets it done.
It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll make it 2nd and 12.
Wow, that play got shut down in a hurry.
As soon as the snap came, you could see defensively they were just closing in. That was going nowhere.
Yeah, you count on your offensive line to give you a little bit of space, a little bit of time so you can make a move. There was none there for him. But you know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Tremendous field position there and a perfect time to do exactly what they did. Take a shot at the end zone. And they went for the big play, just unable to complete it.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. That'll be out of bounds, and how good was that? They'll say the 3-yard line. That's where they spot it. Here comes the Jags offense now. Time for their first possession of half number 2. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance to turn that into points on the offensive end.
Can you imagine what the grease board looks like at the half? Because
tell me.
That's exactly what they printed up. Stop them on defense, get the ball back for our offense, and go downfield and score some points. Now, the last part remains to be seen, but they got the first part done very well.
Do people use grease boards, or you mean the magic marker boards?
Yeah, those two. That first down play, all you want to do is wedge out any type of space and try and create enough room. If you have to run the punter out there, he can successfully complete the punt.
Yeah, didn't get a ton there, but at least some positive yardage. And he is out of bounds, able to get it across the 20-yard line. 16 yards that time on the pickup for the Jags and a first down.
And the game just keeps evolving. Big guys running those corner routes, so difficult to cover.
So here, the men in charge are going to be looking at whether or not the receiver had possession of the ball as he went out of bounds.
And they have to make sure that the receiver got both feet down in bounds as well.
The Jaguars on third down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 9.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And they'll mark him down right around the 9, just shy of the 10. 4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to 4th down.
Well, so far, this game has gone the way the defensive coordinator had hoped. They've dictated things. They've not let them run the ball very well at all. They gave up a nice game there. I doubt it'll back off their confidence. They've played so well throughout this entire game.
And the Jaguars send out their punter as he'll come on to kick this one away. He gets this away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40. And now out comes Houston.
This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
They run the counter now on first down. Nice stiff arm.
Underused, but still effective.
A big one there for the Texans, 18 yards.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
So they pick up the first down after the run, and now they approach for the fresh set. Now a play fake here on first down. And he's going to go down. Back near midfield at the 49. And that'll be marked down as their first sack of the game.
Well, they had 6 last week. And this offense did its homework, didn't it? Because they saw all that pressure, and they really worked hard to tamp it down and beat it back. And they did a great job in the first half. But now they've gotten their first sack here in the second half. Look out. They'll try to increase the pressure.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively.
Let's go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. Only 3 yards on the pickup. They'll be left staring at a 3rd and 14.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Here's Nelson throwing on 3rd and long. So they took a shot there on 3rd down, couldn't get it. Now it's 4th.
The best receivers we know always tease their quarterbacks that, hey, no matter what you do, you cannot overthrow me. Well, guess what? That's exactly what happened on that play. Normally, they timed it up pretty well, but on that one, he just overshot him.
The Texans send the punter out. He's been terrific so far. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a first down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, and that 3 and out on the last possession, that told you just how stalled they are on offense.
So who will step up here? We'll see.
But these guys are going to chop into that deficit. They got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
And the offense will be looking to get at least some of this yardage back here. It's 2nd and 12.
All right, here we go.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Briggs. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 11.
All right, here we go.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And he fires one, but incomplete.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. It's taken to the 26. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Heading out is the Texans offense as they get set to take over here. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
And the Jags get to him as down he goes.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And not much doing. He'll get this only up to about the 36. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a third down and long.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
He's got his man on the crossing route. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40. And they're able to convert on third with a solid gain of 23. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. Nelson operating from the gun. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Jackson. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Now the offense lining up 1st and 10. Now they'll run on the draw. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 10 yards there, good enough for a Texan first down.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front 7, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
One quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Jacksonville. It's the Texans in control of the football and leading this game as well as we start the 4th. And he'll give it here to his running back. And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down 4th quarter. Looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips. They're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offense...
And he is going to go down back at the 11-yard line. And there they bring pressure from the inside and they get home.
Yeah, hard to block everyone, isn't it? And on this play, someone did not get blocked. He's the one who got home.
The Texans on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 8. Operating from the gun. Nelson. Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Now the Texans are going to call on the field goal unit. This to make it a 3-score game late. And his kick is good. And the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. And you figure with that, this game's pretty well out of reach.
It would take a heck of a comeback at this point. Being 3 scores down, I think that's too much to ask with time winding down here in the fourth.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now?
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And this one's incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
So incomplete on first. Let's see what second down has in store.
Hurry up, here we go. Green, 39.
Back to throw here. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down. The Jaguars on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 14. They'll look to throw. Hard throw, incomplete. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down.
Hurry up, here we go.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off around the 37. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
The call is to go for 1 and kick the extra point. And the lead is now 24. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Charles, not to point fingers, but how much of this goes on the shoulders of the offensive line? Well, look at the 6 sacks last week. That's the 4th in this game.
Definitely the bulk of it does go on the offensive line. That's what they're tasked with doing, keeping their quarterback upright and clean in the pocket. But I think they have to look at, okay, are we bringing in extra people? Is the ball out of the quarterback's hands quick enough? There are a few other factors they have to look at to try and help out, but you're exactly right. It starts with the O-line.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Quick throw that's complete on the inside slant. And they're able to bring him down at the 20. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down. The Jaguars on third down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This will be 3rd and 15. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this one only up to about the 21. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down. Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down.
Let's go. 3-19.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And this is going to be incomplete. The Jags come up empty on 4th down. And the Texans take over an excellent field position. Well, at this stage of the game in the second half, down 3 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to push.
And let's face it, with this deficit, if they give up another score here after they didn't get it, does it really matter?
Right.
It really doesn't. They had to go and try and make something happen if they had any chance of winning this game.
The Texans offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. They had the double-digit lead at halftime, and they have continued to roll. They're hard to stop right now.
I think what we're seeing is an example of a team that has it figured out in this ball game. And whatever the adjustments are the defense has made, hasn't phased them at all. They either anticipated them or they've been so far ahead that they just can't catch up.
Now it's just a search to add to the lead. So now it's 1st and goal. Now Nelson off the play fake. And he is out of bounds here. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds. Nice gain of 8 that time, but it's 2nd and goal. Great footwork there, Charles, to dot the I, stay in bounds, get both feet in. He's probably thinking, though, man, I made a catch like that close to the end zone. I should have scored.
Yeah, there's always a regret when you're that close to the goal line. But let's go back to what you talked about before. Getting his feet down. Would you say dotting the I? I can cross the T as well. That was excellent footwork to get in bounds and make a great catch.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. It's a pickup of 3, but still a little work to do on 3rd and goal.
And, Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line, because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders.
And he's going to be dropped back at the 15-yard line.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And for the 2nd time tonight, his field goal unit comes out here. And his kick is right there. It's good. And the lead increases even further. It's 27-0 now. So it's 3 more points, and that widens things out even further here in the 4th.
Hey, in this league, you can never have too much. So if you're in range, grab the 3 whenever you can.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And his guys are going to start their drive right at the 20-yard line. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held him to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
First down and 10 now for the offensive group.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
They'll set up a throw. Throw left side complete. That's Briggs. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags.
Face mask. Defense.
So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
Offense comes to the line now, first and 10. Now back to throw. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. 10 yards there. Good enough for a Jags first down.
Nice game there, partner, but you and I both know that won't do anything for the final score. They're not going to win this one. Right now they're playing for pride and fantasy points.
And just to erase that goose egg, nobody wants to be shut out. They'll look to throw now on first down. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. And he goes out of bounds inside the 10 at the 9. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again. This offense can certainly move quickly when they want to. 3 plays, 3 pass completions. In the blink of an eye, they've got a first and goal.
Almost felt like a lightning bolt hit in this game, didn't it? For them to get downfield that quickly. And now first and goal, expect them to tackle right here on this play.
And to give this time to the tailback. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up second and goal.
What a game this defense has played. They're pitching a shutout, so it'll be fun to watch down the stretch to see if their defensive coordinator continues to be as aggressive as he's been all game long.
Green 39. Green 39.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3.
Brandon, now we find out what their definition of commitment is. They've run it on the first 2 plays. Do they come back and do it again? They're that much closer to getting into the end zone.
Yeah, inching closer and really knocking on the door now.
Let's go. 3-19.
On third down. That's Austin. And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. It's a gain of a yard, and it takes us to the 2-minute warning. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a 4th down situation with things not looking particularly rosy. And for the second time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. He had his lone attempt blocked earlier. And this one is right through. And that will cut the lead down to 3 scores at 24. Well, it's a Pyrrhic victory at best, but, Charles, no team wants to get shut out, so it's hard to blame them for taking the 3 there.
You can't blame them one bit. It hasn't been the best performance, that's for darn sure. But there is something to be said for fighting to avoid the goose egg, and they're at least trying to finish out strong.
And the effort snuffed out. The Texans' hands team recovers. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Here we go.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Not a big run on the first play of the drive, but that doesn't necessarily mean it was a bad play. Sometimes you're just trying to settle in, get your guys a little bit of contact, and get things moving.
Let's go.
Now they try the right side here. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
I know they've got to be careful not to go to the well too often, but it's a fine line, isn't it? Because sometimes if you've got success, you want to just keep pounding away.
But no success there. They rallied quickly on the defensive end. The Texans on 3rd down. They're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. This is 3rd and 11. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down. The Texans send the punter out as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for Houston, they pick up their 2nd win now on the year. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for Jacksonville, it'll be their 1st loss of the season. And they will try to turn it around next week as they head down to Carson for a matchup with the LA Chargers. That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. From Jacksonville, good night, everybody.